Angelina Jolie has played a wide range of roles in some of Hollywood's biggest films, but her starring role in the upcoming Clint Eastwood film Changeling may be her most intense, challenging role yet. It's based on actual events, and Changeling tells the story of a Prohibition-era single mother, Christine Collins, whose child is abducted. Collins finds herself embattled with a police department so corrupt they force her to take in a drifter child as her own, while her son remains missing, all in the name of good publicity.
Why are you doing this, Mrs. Collins? Why are you doing this? You seem perfectly capable of taking care of the boy. The job pays you enough to attend to his personal needs, so I don't understand why you're running away from your responsibilities as a mother.
I am not running away from anything! Least of all my responsibilities, I am even taking care of that boy right now, because I am all he has. What worries me is that you have stopped looking for my son.
Why should we be looking for someone we've already found?
Because you have not found it.
Angelina Jolie, good morning. Good to have you here. I saw this yesterday. I'm not taking my kids to see it. I hope you don't mind. It's tough. It is. When you saw the script as a mother, I'm trying to think, by the time you read this script, you were a mother of 4, right? What did you think when you read this?
As a read, I couldn't put it down. I think it's an amazing story because it's a true story. And even through the script, they had the front covers of the LA Times, and you'd see her, and you'd see what they did to her and what happened. And so she was just—it's such an extraordinary story. But as a mom, I closed it and said, I don't want to go near this script because it scares me, and I don't want to think about anything happening to my children. And it's horrifying.
You see, I'm glad to hear you say that, because that is the idea of what happens in this movie is something. If it ever creeps into my mind, I immediately shove it out of my mind. So I can't imagine, as an actress, having to spend 2 months or however long you spent with this, engaging in these emotions every single day.
It was one of the hardest things to do because of that. But it was also there's something about this woman that is so heroic and so lovely, that the way she handled herself through all of this, the way she eventually fought the system and changed the law, that it became this story that we wanted to tell, that I felt that it had so many other themes, not just the horrors that happened, but also this sense of democracy in action and justice and staying the course. And so I felt compelled to tell her story, even though I knew it was going to be hard.
But for the fact that this turns dark in a lot of places, there are going to be a lot of people out there, mothers and fathers, I think, who can identify with Christine Collins' life before this abduction. She was a single working mother. She lived for her son and felt the same emotions and guilt that go along with having to go to work and leave that boy oftentimes alone, resulting, unfortunately, in this one time she goes into work an extra shift and this happens.
Yeah, no, it was very difficult, I'm sure. Very difficult for any single mother, but at that time especially, where they just had no respect. And
the way we viewed women in society.
She was immediately questioned by the police and everybody, and immediately kind of disrespected as somebody who was just a single mother. You know, that she really wasn't listened to.
This is another one of these roles where you kind of shed the glamour in a large portion of the movie. This is not a hair and makeup movie. You're in some pretty raw scenes here. You seem to really be able to connect to characters when you take on that kind of role. What is it about it?
Okay, well, I mean, I hope so. I love being an actor and telling stories more than I like getting my hair and makeup done. So I suppose it's just, I felt there was something so just so captivating about her, who she really was, and the emotion. And when I see a face, she reminds me of my mom, not my mother just by the way she looks, but there was something about my mother's face and the kindness and the warmth and the openness and the frailty, where she wasn't this modern woman that I am, and with the confidence maybe that I'm able to have. She was shyer, and she was more feminine in a certain way, and there's something so beautiful about that the modern woman feels we should we should stay away from a little bit, because we want to be so strong. But there's something so beautiful and lovely about a natural, soft woman mother that I felt it was a very pleased to play it.
You mentioned her face and beauty. Let me read you what Clint Eastwood, the director of the film, had to say about you. She's an actress hampered by her gorgeous face. I think the most beautiful face on the planet. People sometimes can't see past that to her talent. She's on all those magazine covers, so it's easy to overlook what an amazing actress is underneath. I mean, do you ever feel, based on all the attention you get for your looks and all the magazine covers and the photos, that every time you take a role, you almost have to start from scratch and reprove the fact that you've got these great acting chops?
I don't think about it that way at all. I mean, I'm shy and flattered by somebody saying that, but I don't know. I mean, I just never thought about that. I always just was raised to be myself and be an actress, and when you do a job, you do a job, and you try to be as close to a character as you can, and then in your own life, you try to find who you are and your sense of self and where you're comfortable with yourself, and it's just all that. And if I ever thought about myself as an actress and then a character, or as a, if I ever was analyzed myself in that way or thought about how the world looks at me, it might alter me in some way, or make me be less comfortable taking roles, because it's so important people go to the movies and watch Christine Collins and don't watch
right,
me.
Exactly.
And if I believed I couldn't convey that, then I shouldn't be an actress at all.
Let's talk about life then a little bit.
Okay.
3.5-month-old twins.
Yeah.
How are they doing?
They're great.
Yeah. What is it like? It's hard to bring a baby into a family. The adjustment is incredible. I mean, twins is like foundation shocking, isn't it?
We didn't. We have so many children.
It's hard to keep track.
that they're not really stunned anymore when kids come home. They're Mad. Somebody asked me how Mad was doing. He's like the professional big brother. He's done it so many times, and we prepared them. We talked to them about it. They knew it was coming, and they're just all at that great age that they aren't threatened, that they are independent enough to not need mommy and daddy all the time.